if they don't win anything.
Can't you like make the things smaller so that your phone stays place?
No, teacher that are like
No.
it's a lot of writing.
That's bad.
Today's just not a good day.
It's not like gross. It can be gross.
Oh, what happened to my handwriting?
There's like different
I never wrote that bad.
All right, so shh.
That's giving me Christmas vibes.
We're going to talk about quadratic inequality. Now, quadratic inequality is a little bit different than other things that we're going to talk about is so what is quadratic inequality? Can I see that?
No, you can't see that.
Quadratic.
Just write it below.
But it has something
So there you go. Still cannot see.
No. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, quadratic inequality. So we learned the linear inequality. Quadratic inequality totally doesn't follow the same rule, which is kind of throw all the rule in the past away to say, hey, forget all the things that in the past you learned. Okay, so let's just show you a linear inequality. The difference between linear inequality is this. So this is a linear inequality. So it'll be 2x less than 6. I can divide by 2, x is greater than 3. And that is going to be a linear equality 3. And that's going to go this way. It's going to be 3 to infinity. We talk about this, right? But quadratic inequality is different though. That it doesn't use the same rule to solve the problem. Actually, it uses a completely different rule to solve the problem. So you got to make sure you do that. So here's quadratic inequality look like x squared that is greater than 4. Now you could be like, let's say I can do this problem easy all day long. I can solve it. And more likely you're gonna solve it wrong. So which is what I don't prefer. So I'd rather teach you the right way to do it. Okay. So quadratic inequality that you must follow the certain procedures that to solve the problem. And we're gonna talk about why. And this it's very complicated. A lot of students get very confused most of the time. So what you do is you take this function, and then you take this equation, and then you say, if I go ahead and solve normal way I would solve, you'll always get the wrong answer. So, and I'm going to show you after I do it correct way. Is that okay? So I'm going to show you correct way. So the correct way is, the first step is set equation equal to 0 or less to 0 or greater than 0 or could be greater or equal to. Okay, I always move the 4 to the other side. So if I have x squared greater than 4, I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. I'm going to say x squared that's greater than x squared minus 4 is greater than 0. And that is the first step. Unlike you think you square root both sides, you're going to get an answer, which you're not going to get an answer. You're going to get exactly the wrong answer that what people tended to do. So that's why I need to teach you. So this one is probably the one thing that's closer to pre-calc now. So remember we talked about which level we are. We start 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. And right now this stuff is actually 9th to 10th grade now. Because in a good teacher setting, in the Algebra 2 setting, we should teach this quadratic inequality. But most of the time, teacher avoid it because that's one concept is not necessary for SAT. So this is not for SAT. Okay. Second step, I'm gonna factor this. Factor. And make sure that equation is leading coefficient is positive. So factor the equation, the expressions. So that's going to give me x plus 2 and x minus 2 greater than 0. Are we doing okay? Okay. Third, I'm going to find endpoints. So what do I mean by endpoints? Each thing parentheses offer me an endpoint. Just like pretend that this equal sign, then the endpoint is x plus 2 is equal to 0, x minus 2 is equal to 0, x, I don't even look at that inequality sign. That's equal to -2, that's equal to +2. Now I'm going to have a, the fourth step is different. So the fourth step I'm going to write in red. Also here we're going to tell you to pay attention later. This one you should be in different color mark here. That you should box up this because we're going to come back to that. The fourth step is going to be, hey, I'm going to do a number line test. Your mind either says, I can do this, it's not hard. It's one of the things that's actually fairly easy, but a lot of people tend to give up. I'm going to write the factor on the side, which is this factor. I write like a layer on top. So that's going to help you solve problem. I'm going to write a number line right next to it. And I'm going to do an endpoint, -2 and 2. Make sure they are in a correct orientation. Negative side is going to be on the left side, and positive side is going to be on here. So there's a number line for a reason, because that number line is going to help you to do the number line test. Can I see the whole screen? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test a value that from -infinity to -2. Now, Kyle, what would be a number between -infinity to -2?
Negative infinity and -1.
No, I just want to pick one value between -infinity to -2.
0. 1. -1.
-1,000, okay. -1,000 is from -infinity to -2. The value you pick is all right here. It's not between this region. Okay, so if I were to pick a -1,000, which is fine. What's -1,000 plus 2?
-998.
Right, so it's a negative number, right? I don't care about it's -998, I care about what sign is it. So I just compare -1,000 and 2, which one is bigger. Negative is also bigger, so this one is going to give you a negative sign. -1,000 minus 2, that's going to give you what? Negative or positive? -1,000 minus 2.
Negative 1,002.
I don't care about it's -1,002,
Negative.
I just care about the sign, the negative sign. Okay? So they both the negative sign. So it turns out, you see those two are multiply each other, right? Those two factor each other. So that negative sign and negative sign is multiplied by each other. So it's going to be what? Positive. Which is cool. So now, from -2 to 2, which value would I pick?
0.
I will pick 0, because that's a little bit easier. If the 0 plus 2 is what?
Positive.
Positive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
0 minus 2 is negative. So positive times negative is what?
Negative.
Negative, right? So if I pick 3, I don't want to pick 1,000. I pick something that number is very easy to manage. 3 plus 2 is positive. 3 minus 2 is positive. So it's positive. So this number line is not represented as an answer. We represent help you is gonna go to the fifth step is you look the number line. And step 2. What do I mean by step 2? So go back and look at the step 2. The step 2 says greater than 0. So you look at which region of the answer. The positive answer. So if it's greater than 0, that means what? Look for positive region of the number line. We're going to talk about domain. So positive region of number line. So In this case, which one's positive? This part and this part. So then your answer is going to be negative infinity to negative 2. Now it's going to be parenthesis or bracket. It's really depend on here. Greater than. So it has to be parentheses. Union from 2 to infinity. And that was my answer. But what do people do wrong? People do this, and they do wrong here. They say, oh yeah, I can do this all day long. Greater than 4, this is the wrong way to do it. So don't do this. So x, Mr. Ye says, if I square root both sides, I get plus minus square root of 4. X greater than 2, x greater than negative 2. If I draw a number line as x less than negative 2 and 2, this side is going to be greater than 2, which is this part is okay. This part is going to be this way. Then you say, wait, if I were to plug in 0 into this function, it should be the solutions, right? But if I 0 square, it's 0. It's 0 greater than 4. No. So that's why I say a traditional way to do something is not get you a right answer. It's going to get you exactly wrong answer. And that's why people hated quadratic inequality. That's why a lot of algebra 2 teachers don't want to teach it. And actually, including me, there's no point teaching this to an algebra 2 student, but it's probably more important to teach to a pre-calc student. So I will say this category is more like belong to algebra 2 to pre-calc. Would I teach in algebra 2? Yeah, I just kind of introduce them, do my test question, they probably gonna fail it. But kind of expose when they go to pre-calc, they go, oh okay, I've seen this before. The second time I see it, it's not ace math. The first time is pretty bad for a lot of you guys. Got it? Okay. So now I want you to try 2 problems and make sure you answer this correctly. Now, if I have greater or equal to, okay, if I have greater or equal to, that means I can equal to the value, so I can have a bracket. I can have a whole circle in that point. Okay, so those are the things that you have to pay attention to. Question about this part? No? Okay. So, I don't know what's my textbook. My textbook. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 questions for you guys to try it. And then, you got to understand the question of the things is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to give you a level difficulty, a little bit harder than this one. So here's my 2 questions, I'm going to give it to you. So the first one is going to be the example. It's going to be a 3x squared is greater equal to x minus x plus 4. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, I'm going to give it to you. Now, the factor of this one is a little bit more challenging. So, 18x squared minus 9x less than 2. So that's the 2 questions here. I want you guys to try it. Try the number line test for the first time. And then if you're an advanced student, you can try this one. It's going to be x cubed greater than x. So those are the rules are actually a lot harder on that one. It's higher than the second degree, but the work is the same way. You're going to have 3 endpoints as well as 4 regions that you have to test. You're going to have positive, negative, positive, negative, 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 positive, 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 negative, negative, positive. You're going to have all kinds of regions that you have to test. More than that, this is pretty much the things. So let's try the first thing, second thing, and the third thing. And make sure that you go back to look at this part. Okay, make sure you go back to look at this part. How many of you guys still lost? Raise your hand. If you're still lost, come up to me. I'll explain to you again if you want me. Nobody? step out here, it's not embarrass you. You only know internet. You only have a live stream. It's okay, I explain to you.
Any help? I don't get it from step 4.
You don't get it on step 4, okay. You wanna be on the internet? No. Yes, for step 4 is number line test, right? So I have x plus 2, x minus 2. I think this is factor 2 things right here. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick a value between negative infinity and negative 2. I'm plugging this factor. So which number would you like between negative infinity to negative 2? What?
I don't know any number.
Any number between negative infinity and negative 2, pick one.
Negative 100 question mark?
Okay, negative 100. What's negative 100 plus 2? Is that positive or negative?
Negative.
Good.
Okay.
Negative 100 minus 2 is still negative. So remember, those two factors are times each other. So this times each other, that's going to be positive.
So you do that between each one?
Yeah, each intervals, each endpoint, so negative infinity to negative 2, that's my first endpoint. So that's the region I'm testing. I'm going to test the second one between negative 2 to 2. Well, what's the best number to test between negative 2 and 2? Pick a value. Negative 2 to positive 2. What are the value between negative 2 to positive 2? 2 is not going to be between. You got to pick a value in between.
1.
1, good. Okay, what? 1 plus 2?
3.
Positive. 1 minus 2? Negative. Positive times negative equal to negative. Plug in the value between 2 to infinity. What's the value you're going to plug in?
4.
4, good. 4 plus 2? Positive. 4 minus 2? Positive. Positive times positive? Positive. Now you got all this number line setting, it's not an answer. You gotta look for the number line and the step 2. So the step 2 says here is greater than 0. Greater than 0. If it's less than 0, you're looking for negative region. If it's greater than 0, you're looking for the positive region of the number line. So positive region of the number line is gonna be here and here. So it's gonna be equal from negative infinity to negative 2.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Negative 2 to infinity.
Okay, that makes
And then union, that means those two intervals.
Negative 1 like this one, and then you bracket.
Yeah.
You cannot combine.
So now you gotta find endpoints. What are the
It's fine.
It's like 1.33.
It happens.
1.33. So it's a positive 1.33. So it doesn't matter. Just have the positive number. There's a negative number or positive number. I don't know.
I think I just got the. Just me. Never mind. Then you go. Wait, well, right there. Did you get the numbers of x? Yeah. That's right. So you're supposed to. Oh wait, I got that. I got. Oh, okay. So then you can draw the number. Negative 1. Yeah, it goes here. And then you flip those to negative 1. This is a different one. Wait, you didn't do the domain.
And then like you're gonna pick a number 2. So I did like.
But we got the same
I
thing.
think I said negative 5 and then put the
That's
negative 5 plus
This
1.
is a different
It's
problem.
still negative. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I just see this miniature.
and then 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 minus 14 will still be negative. So then like this is for like the area here. And then you do it for so okay, so basically you're choosing a negative number between negative 1 and 4.3, which
I know that's a little bit challenging for a lot of you
and
guys.
then for here use
Well, you just don't think it's challenging.
over 2 to infinity.
Things that you
Sorry, I just skipped.
It's all
Like
fine.
Oh, it's
basically
at-
you're just cutting it like
It's
this.
18, yeah, it's 18x squared. I'm
I'm
struggling
using
with
like
18x squared
So I
here.
chose a number between
All this curry hair.
infinity and negative 1, which I just chose a random number. I said negative 5. I can use negative 5. So I use negative 5, so negative 5 plus 1 is equal to negative 4, so it's still negative. So and then 3 times negative 5 is negative 15.
Callie wants
equal to
this.
still negative, so you put it there.
So you put that number.
And then you can
X
take
squared minus 9x
or
minus
number
2.
between negative 1 and so 0 plus 1 is positive. And then 0 minus 4 is negative.
I was able to factor it out.
And then when you multiply negative times negative, it becomes positive. So you just put positive here. So this would equal negative. So positive, you're looking for the positive one.
So when you go back to number 2.
Yeah, so the number two says something greater
I
than
use,
zero.
for this side I use
less
5,
than zero,
or
right?
like positive
So
5.
it's greater
So
than
5 plus 1
zero,
is
that means
positive.
you put a positive region of the
And
number
then
line.
3 times 5
If
is
it's negative, then it's
so
a
then
negative
it's
region
the
of the number
positive.
line.
So then you use these ones. So your numbers would be negative infinity, comma, negative 1, and then a 4 over 3, comma, infinity. And then the bracket thing, that's what I was asking about. Because it's greater than or less than, you would use this type of thing. So you could put the little thingy, no, the little U thingy. I don't know what it's called. U one.
Because you get the number line.
Do you get it now?
Shut up, Benjamin. At least my brain's on the sides of the corner.
Oh, yeah, it's right. Negative times negative is positive, so try between negative 1 and 4, we're doing this number.
Oh.
What am I thinking? Good. So step 5, you're gonna look at a step 2. Step 2 says greater than 0, so you gotta circle that. Greater than 0, that means you put a positive region.
Greater than 0 is negative 1.
I'm sorry.
Infinity 4 will be negative infinity. Then negative infinity.
I did number 3. I didn't put
That like downward there.
Gabriel, did you do number 3? Yes, I was doing it.
Here's what I got. These are like the final things that I first did it and then I just erased it and did the final two. X squared is greater than X, so it can be simplified as. Don't you shut do you know how I got to this?
Yeah, we got the same thing. We got the same thing.
I got it wrong. I got negative 1.
Adam, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, how about those two? This one or that one?
Wait, where does it say the answers?
All you can do.
That's right. Are you kidding me?
Here's what I have for two.
Actually, wait, go back to number 3.
Why'd you lie?
How would it be negative 1, 0?
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Yes.
Because I use negative 1/2, so it'll be like negative, and then negative 1/2 plus 1 makes it positive, and then negative 1/2 minus 1 is a negative. So
No, that'd be a negative.
The last one has
no, negative
four
times
regions.
positive times negative is a positive.
3 intervals,
Because
3 factors.
negative 1
4
times
regions.
1
Because there's 3
times negative
endpoints.
1.
Oh, I am so okay.
Oh, is that cube
Yeah.
or square?
I am
Cube.
whoa.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know the sign. So that'd be
Wait, this is negative because if there's an odd number of negatives, then it will be a negative.
Command tests tell you which region is positive, which is negative. But this one's greater than 0, so that's why it's looking for the positive region. If it's less than 0,
negative.
then you'll be looking
Yeah.
for the
And then
negative.
that's also positive.
Yes.
So
So
yeah,
if this is greater than 0, look for the positives.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, command tests. Endpoints.
Listen, did I get this on there?
I'm stuck on like
So in this case, output.
so I don't know
2/3.
So how about
It'd be a negative
1/3?
1/6, because that's 6x plus 1.
What will be the number?
I did this.
Negative 100, so negative 100 times 3 is going to be negative, subtract 4 is going to be negative.
That's just be a positive.
Negative 100
That'll be a
plus 1.
negative 1/6.
I don't want to try that.
Guys, on the test, you must show me the number line, otherwise on your credit.
Okay, so
Negative 1, 3, so which number is it?
It's like that.
the third one.
So it'd be negative.
Is this
Yeah.
for number line? Is this fine?
Negative 6.
He says that he wants us to show the number line, so is this fine?
Look at the same number here.
Like all.
Now I multiplied you
So
positive.
now let's look at
Between
this.
-1 and 0.
Positive
Yeah,
or
negative
negative?
1/2.
Yeah, I substitute. If you substitute -1/2, you'll get a negative, and then negative 1/2 plus 1 is the positive.
That's your bracket.
No, but then you have no, but
Which
the
is
range of
negative,
numbers
so
would be
negative
between 0
times
and
positive times negative
It'd
is
be
positive.
between negative 1/6 and 2. Because you don't have 0 at the sign.
This one is negative.
Yours wrong.
If you multiply,
You have
if
0
there's
times
a number of
0
negatives,
minus
then
1.
it'll be
That
positive.
is negative.
And 0 minus 2 is negative.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You have to do
Well, so
three
negative
times
number.
x times x
You didn't change that.
x minus 1. So that's three factors.
Remember, it has to be negative 1.
Yeah, so I
Like a
thought.
standard.
So why did these
You
change?
can factor more.
That would be
Square
positive.
minus 1 can be
No, it
factored
would be
more.
the same.
Yeah, you talked to
Yeah.
X.
Additional change would be positive.
So you should have 3 zeros.
Do we need
So negative 1, 0,
I could do 1 here.
I'm really almost done.
No.
Yeah?
There should be 4
There should be a 4 at the end?
Anybody else need help? Raise your hand, I'll send somebody to help you.
Oh. Yeah. But we had 4. Yeah, 4 and 4 line.
Step 3, I factor it, I factor it and that's still equal to 0 first.
For step 4, you set the numbers, and then you will plug in.
So I would put
Anybody else need
I
help?
wouldn't do the brackets, right?
less than 0. It would be less than 0. That means you're not going to make it. So that would be positive, that would be negative. Yeah. So that's the only reason that you can have. So I want negative.
I can't, so I just circle it.
So just do that.
X, x
So
plus
now
1,
what I
x
write
minus
here?
1.
Yeah.
You're gonna need 3 signs, and you're gonna sum those 3 signs.
That means this is the only meaning you can have, right?
I'm trying to think.
So what would you write? Yep.
Wait, you can't factor this,
Do I
right?
put a bracket? No, I would just put
Okay. Because it's not equal to. Anything else?
like this.
Yeah, I know I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh my gosh. I wonder why there's 4 people. That makes sense. You know what I did? I wrote
I didn't even know what you did.
I did this.
I think you factor is
And I was so confused. So, yeah.
factor is right. No, he has said it's equal to 0, so this one should be negative 4 right here. And then 1 here. Because we had to set it to 0. This one should be plus. This one should be negative. Well, then your factor is this and this not matching. This one is mine, this one's
So would it only be these two? Or did you get the same thing? Shouldn't there be 4? What happened to the other 2? What do you mean? What the heck? You have 4 regions.
Because it has to be greater than 0. This would be positive. That's what's positive.
X plus
Oh my gosh.
So the endpoint here is that endpoints at -1 is correct. Endpoints at 4 is correct. But your factor here, you write it, you write x minus 4, x plus 1.
So the one way right here needs to be
Yes.
I know there's only two answers.
The here is gonna get n times.
On one hand, I feel confident about my answer. On the other hand, I feel like I murdered every
Third one, you would switch x to the other side, you would factor it. You would get x squared minus 1, but negative x squared by x squared. You get x squared minus 1.
It's not gonna be zero. So this one's a negative, this one's
I
positive.
think I murdered like 8 1
This one's negative, positive, negative, positive. So then positive region is gonna be.
No, it's based on the
zero.
producer, yes, like, I can't believe you know the
You had it right, thanks. Probably thirdly. So then I wanna ask this the equation there. I wanna ask this the equation.
You thought we were gonna have it tomorrow?
I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I don't, I have to do it.
You're so mean. You were still laughing. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna have chemistry. I had, and then you know what else? And oh, you know what?
This one has less than 0.
No, this one.
No.
This one's great, this one here.
Stop. What do you mean?
Listen, we got a negative.
Oh my god. No, it's gonna be a great.
So we have to choose.
Thursday.
So it would be what would the answer be then for number 2? What would the answer be?
But that is from here to here. This is the middle region, so negative 1.6.
Because it's less than 0.
So you're looking for the negative region.
Oh, because these other two are positive.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, okay.
This is that we don't wish.
Did you get math competitions in December, right?
Yeah.
With pay?
Because
Yeah.
this has to be.
When do you want to bring the money?
Anytime, obviously, check you pay, then I can sort of check mark, and you can pay to another. We're not gonna do a school pay, because school pay is so complicated, so we get the money out, it's like, take
So
more.
just bring cash.
Probably, yeah.
And how much is it?
15, the actual guava data for Florida, you know the guava data for the snow end, that the snow end is already paid for the club fee already, because you guys pay for the club fee. But I hear before that guava data has to pay $7, and plus the first competition. So I would say probably, $15, at least we have some money.
We're still taking I was like, I had to check Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just to be sure.
I'm sorry, I forgot about it. But,
We're still doing the quest though? Or that push back tomorrow?
we can cover other stuff.
Oh, but
I can give you like 3 question quiz.
right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like how to take a derivative. How do you appreciate?
But you got a haircut, but you didn't post a study guide? Interesting.
I had to get my hair cut done. My hair is like
It took you 2
sticking
months.
out like.
Yesterday, don't worry about your hair. You got really cool style.
Bonus point for okay. Yeah, we have about 4 questions.
Huh?
4 questions.
I think you said 26.
So it's gonna be like really hard for us.
No, it's gonna be one.
Oh, you got a haircut?
Get
Can
better.
I check mine if we get any questions or no?
No, I just want you to take the derivative.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
the equation.
Go say this part.
I think it's 7 hair.
Wait,
It's the one with the graph, and it's 2 lines like geometric and alphabet.
wait, let's do
Alphabet times geometric, what is that?
Also like that cable thing, right?
That's why.
No.
Mr. I'm technically right.
Everybody, Sam.
Oh, so you did it
It's good because you're right.
the one that you're the one that last.
Along with the
This dude.
Alright, we'll see. I checked last night and that was good. Wait, we used to change the other questions for last night.
yeah, he always does. I just
Monsieur, what are we doing today?
No, I just heard like,
Man, I'm fucked.
Alright, you got 4 question quiz. Finish your seatbelt.
oh my gosh, there's a phone on it.
Is this how all your markers break?
Ha, it's on 10%. She gonna die.
I have like no cake.
Whose phone is this? It's live.
Mr. Yu.
I don't know how to. Just press the X.